Courtrooms have seen much more than tears and sorrows, and each pronounced sentence has a different reaction, and we bring you the best of the reactions. Watch the video till the end to know more about the reactions of the female prisoners. Diana Lovejoy, a resident of Carlsbad, San Diego, fainted in court when her guilty verdict was announced. She, along with Weldon McDavid Jr., had been arrested for plotting to kill her estranged husband, Greg Mulvihill, amidst a contentious divorce battle. In a Palm Beach County jail hearing in Florida, emotions ran high as Alexandria Thomas and her mother broke down. Thomas, accused of fatally stabbing her boyfriend outside a Palm Beach supermarket, stood before a judge who conveyed that her boyfriend was in a medically induced coma. Next, we have the case that shocked the entire states. Two women, Erika Mae Butts and Shanita Latrice Cunningham, collapsed in court after receiving life sentences for fatally beating a 3-year-old girl in 2009. Kyandrea Cook's response to her 20-year sentencing for carjacking, stemming from a complex dating app scheme, resulting in the shooting of another teenager. At 18, as she heard the sentence, her mother's intense emotional reaction preceded Kyandrea's own outburst, shaping the pivotal moment in the courtroom. Mitchelle Blair, a 36-year-old mother of 4, committed the tragic act of killing 2 of her own children, 9-year-old Stephen Berry and 13-year-old Stony Blair, and placed their bodies in a freezer. She received a life sentence without parole. Kayla Rae Norton, along with Jose Torres, disrupted an 8-year-old black child's birthday party in Douglasville in July 2015, brandishing guns and a Confederate flag. While Kayla received a 6-year sentence, her reaction was notable, expressing remorse. She broke down in tears but accepted her sentence, presenting a passionate outburst from a woman in Las Vegas. Although not a life sentence, her reaction competes with some of the most notable courtroom meltdowns. Discovered by simply searching "women freak out in court," the details of her alleged wrongdoing are murky. Amid her attempt to explain, the judge interjects with the sentence, leading to an intense leg-kicking reaction. Margaret suffered a tragic fate when arrested by King Henry VIII's henchmen without trial and brought for execution at the Tower of London. She boldly declared she wouldn't rest her head on the execution block. Defying the executioner, she evaded the initial strike, leading to a chaotic scene of screams, scratches. Elizabeth Escalona, a Dallas mother, subjected her daughter to severe abuse, including beatings and gluing the toddler's hands to a wall. At 23, Elizabeth received an unusually lengthy 99-year jail sentence. As the sentence was read, her reaction was visibly strong, her body doubling over in shock. In a gripping incident in Miami, Florida, a woman faced charges for the murder of her husband, a crime carrying a potential life sentence. Sandra Lane, a 75-year-old woman, received a minimum 22-year jail sentence for fatally shooting her grandson, 17-year-old Jonathan Hoffman, 6 times during a physical altercation. Sandra claimed self-defense, citing fear of Jonathan's drug-related troubles. Herring committed a heinous crime after losing custody of her 9-year-old child, murdering her relatives and a social worker. She shot her cousins and aunt, as well as the social worker Lara Saul, with a hunting rifle. Vonda Star Smith's excessive affection for her grandchildren led her to cross a dangerous line. In a disturbing turn of events, her resentment towards her pregnant ex-daughter-in-law, Morrison, regarding the custody of their 3-year-old grandson escalated. Notably, Smith displayed a stoic demeanor, refraining from shedding a single tear as the verdict was delivered. In 2015, Sheila McFarland was convicted of murder for hire in connection to the killing of an informant. Despite her daughter's pleas to remain silent, McFarland continued to disrupt the court by disputing case facts. Andria Cook, unlike her previous emotional reaction to a 20-year sentence for carjacking, maintained composure during her second hearing. She received an 11-year prison term and stood silently. Different people have different learnings, and these were some of them. We hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you enjoyed it, then give it a like, subscribe, share your ideas in the comments below.